Hello class, my informative speech is how to help children cope with nightmares. Personally, when I was a child, I had really bad nightmares. I still do to this day. I just wish I had someone, to help me cope with them better. So I wouldn't let it affect my day or, affect me at all, really. We all know nightmares aren't 100% preventable, but parents or loved ones can help us cope by, comforting us, and which causes us less anxiety and can simply help us face our fears. Nightmares are normal. They're literally a sign of child development. So it's not bad. It's not a bad thing to have a nightmare. It's just a normal process. With that being said, I can start when do nightmares happen? Nightmares happen in the stage that your brain is most active, and that's called the REM stage. Usually, your brain produces these images and these emotions that cause these nightmares during the second half of your sleep, when the REM periods are longer. When you wake up from a nightmare, the images are still super fresh in your mind, which can cause common fear and anxiety when waking up from a nightmare. As kids get older, they tend to realize it's just a nightmare, and what they're dreaming about usually can't hurt them or get them, and it isn't true. So now, what causes nightmares? Nightmares can be a kid's way to process their thoughts or feelings about certain things. If the child is stressed out or dealing with change, like changing of a new school or parents getting divorced or having a new sibling. Some nightmares intrigue deeper to maybe a child's reaction to trauma, like an accident or an injury. For some kids, it can be as simple as reading a scary story or watching a scary movie, which then inspires the mind to have a nightmare. Children usually can't recall every single bit of the nightmare, just bits and pieces here and there. Parents, for the most part, can't prevent nightmares, but they can encourage sweet dreams by setting bedtimes, having a cozy bed, avoiding scary movies, books, surroundings. So now we can talk about what to do after a nightmare. Reassurance. Reassurance is key. Your child just wants you to be there for them. Your calmness and your presence is what's helping them calm down and realize that, hey, it's just a nightmare. This is not real. Everything's going to be okay. If you address what happened and talk about the nightmare, it lets your child know that the nightmare is now over and it can't bother them anymore. And now that they're awake, everything's okay. They're not in the nightmare anymore. After your comfort, address to your child after you comfort your child, address to them that you understand that the nightmare, and it's normal to have a nightmare, and it's normal to feel afraid and scared and be upset because they can be so surreal, but it's over. So you just have to assure them of that as well. Mood lighting, a night light, can help. It makes them feel safe when it's in a darker area. You can help your child go back to sleep by tucking them in, reading them a bedtime story, laying next to them, just your touch playing soft music or noise, rubbing their back, you can create a safe environment and give them like a memento to them. So you can give them like a stuffed animal of their choice or a blanket. And also, you just need to be a good listener. Don't go in brief detail about the nightmare, not to bring up the trauma, but let your child explain, and then explain to them that in a calm manner that it's okay and they're awake now, so they don't have to worry about it. More than likely, they're not going to want to talk about it after they wake up. But if they do, you can use a couple things to help, like writing the nightmare out or drawing it in the daytime, so it kind of loses its power because it was at night. Nightmares are totally normal, and they just happen here and there, and they really are unpreventable. But when they do, your child simply just needs reassurance and comfort from a loved one.